for the plot, but we all know it is probably not. Little chat with another slice of life. Biggles keeps talking about another villainess. And in trouble beneath the side of the back. Watashi tachi wa sore ra wasurete guseki shimasu. It's the Biggles breakdown, another anime night, fighting over shows and the plots. It's time for the Biggles breakdown.
That's right. It's time for another episode of The Breakdown. I'm here with my co-host, Crimson Law. Say hello to the people of Crimson.
Hi.
There we go. And
Hi.
Little Chad can't make
Hello.
it. Hello. Little Chad can't make it. He is having to do husband things. So we have Sipme and Swigs in here. Hello already. Welcome. So we got a whole bunch of new animes, and I finally finished Shangri-La Frontier. Well, all the dubs. I caught up on the dubs. I made the intro. Biggles, made the intro. And then I caught up on 100 Girlfriends on the dub. I will probably watch the subs.
Oh, you haven't even gotten to the baseball episode yet.
I haven't got, that's the next episode, I think. It's called like all athletes are masochists.
I think, look, you're a Dragon Ball fan. You're probably going to love that episode.
Well, I'll probably have to watch the Japanese, but I've had I've caught up on the dub. So that and Shangri-La Frontier. But first, I want to talk about an anime I dropped because he has become even stronger than Reinhardt level. Gifted the appraiser skill or something like that, blah, blah, blah.
Even given the worthless appraiser class, I'm actually the strongest. I think is the actual.
Yeah. So he just beat the second strongest creature, that dragon, in under faster than Future Trunks beats Frieza. And we know that thanks to Dragon Ball Superhero movie, that he beats him in like 14 seconds, and he beat him even faster than that. So I'm like, fuck this power scaling. He had to struggle with the first episode, and that's it. And now it's no longer fun to watch. I don't like shows where you can win all the time. Goku gets his ass kicked a lot, and so does Vegeta, but they do end up winning a lot, but they do take more losses. Funny enough, Yamcha has one of the best winning records in Dragon Ball. He's in the top 5.
Yeah, well, when it comes to like the power fantasy stuff, it really depends on how it's delivered, because like solo leveling, like that's street power fantasy, much the same way Appraiser is. The difference is solo leveling actually has like a serviceable story and characters, and the action is fantastic, and the animation is fantastic. Like, it's fun to watch Jinwoo stomp people. It's just an entertaining show for that.
Yeah.
Appraiser's issue is there's literally nothing good going for it, especially when you have A rank party this season, which is effectively the same thing but better.
Yes, I really like A rank party. And since you brought that up, we might as well just talk about it, because I got to find it somewhere. Where is it? A rank party, where are you hiding? Blah 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 blah. No dead air. Let's go. Okay, found it. All right, so here it is. We have A rank party, and it is a much better version of Appraiser, and it's a better version of Healer. I'm actually the strongest, and just I don't have ramen hair anymore. Look, guys, I buzzed everything off. Don't listen to Krista, okay? Krista is crazy. Okay.
Krista ate your ramen hair.
Wow. That sounds inappropriate. But back to anime, right? Okay. So this is a better version. Just what happens to Simon in this episode makes the whole season worth it, because the Guildmaster just kind of punches him in the face. And it's like awesome.
Yes, that particular payoff for that. It's one thing that has been somewhat recurring is Yuke basically being like, "No, I don't want to go back to you guys. You treated me like shit. Now I have people who actually care about me, people who I actually want to be around,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna stick with them because they actually appreciate everything that I do." And then of course he is just stuck on the fact that, or Simon is just stuck on the fact that he is like all that and a bag of chips. Um,
And he's trash. He's about
he,
to get demoted.
he fucking sucks ass to the point where he screws himself over and almost causes an international incident because of his behavior.
Hmm. They're like
Like
being racist on stream. Like,
I'm racist on stream all the time, and it doesn't cause an international incident. What's wrong with that?
but your racism isn't towards the elves, you know? Like if it was towards the elves, we'd all be dead.
I could never be racist towards the elves. I mean, Amelia, Freerin,
Our other silver-haired
Silk,
that we'll get to. Yeah, exactly. We got a whole bunch of silver hair.
Maribel.
Yeah, there we go.
But yeah, like as far as this series goes, it really is just a better version of Appraiser. It's almost effectively the same thing, except for it's had better payoff with its character interactions and with its
Mhm.
story. Can I say it's the most amazing thing out right now?
No.
No, but it's entertaining. I mean, it's still got like better romance, better character development, and a more interesting world and power scaling than whatever the hell Appraiser did.
Yeah, that was trash. I dropped it. I was like, I was so literally the next episode. It just shows like that one chick that's with the like the giant boobs
Oh,
as
the
the
guild
thumbnail.
master.
No, the other chick. It's like a newer chick that we haven't met yet because we both quit. But it's like she's in like the screenshot cover when she's on the top, but it's literally a thumbnail
Oh,
of her.
the eldest sister, Echidna
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's literally just like a screenshot of like her cleavage trying to like draw me in. And I was like, I don't care how
Well,
good those anime titties are. I'm
and
not going to go for it.
therein is another thing that I thought was a negative of um
Appraiser. It,
Appraiser.
it
That
just never.
plot point was so fucking predictable. Like I
Mhm.
saw it coming a mile away. Oh, okay. The oldest sister, the oldest of the world trees, is actually evil. Okay, cool.
There we go. But it's just kind of boring. But you know what isn't boring?
Depends.
Solo leveling, which
Yeah.
is not boring at all, and it's actually kick ass. So we got solo leveling here, and solo leveling. They he just got retested, and now he's an S rank or reevaluated, and everybody wants him. And he's just like, nah, fuck you guys, I'm out. Peace. Like,
There was a lot of like good like subtle moments in there, but a lot of what this episode did is effectively building for the climax of the demon castle thing and going into the Jeju Island raid, which
mhm.
if you've been paying attention, the flying ants and all that stuff, that is all like the foreshadowing to the emergency raid on Jeju Island.
Mhm. Love at first smell, says A Money Wilson. And Sip Me says
Yeah.
it's so good. Now, I thought this episode was going to go off, but I guess it's next week's episode that's about to go off.
Yeah, we should get a pretty decent fight out of the next episode. And then, like I said, with the climax of the Demon Castle and then
Mhm.
moving into Jeju Island, it's going to be a really action packed, like later third or quarter of this series. Like the last few episodes are going to be pretty intense if they actually do the Jeju Island thing, like I think they're going to do.
Now, I keep seeing videos on this that they're saying sister leveling is actually the canon of this, and no, they'll like throw in like when they'll be like doing lore videos on like solo leveling, and then they'll throw in be like And then Jenna can take those S-rank back shots, and you're like, no, dude, that's not canon. What are you talking about?
I love that people have memed that into being canon, much the same way Lolimancer, being a fan translation out of ReZero, got
Mhm.
fan canon into basically being accepted by most of the fan base, thinking it was real, even though it was just a fan made thing.
Yeah, so people are like, no, sister leveling is real. And you're like, no, dude, it's just a really good parody that's hilarious.
Yeah, and of course, like post-COVID, anime fans just can't stand it.
Yeah, lame ass motherfuckers. You know who also is a lame ass motherfucker? I don't actually think I have any lame ass motherfuckers.
Me.
Ah, yes, Rentaro. No, I'm just kidding. Rentaro's awesome. All right, let's talk about Rentaro, who's not actually a lame ass.
Rentaro is S tier boyfriend material.
Okay, ladies, would you want a Rentaro? He has 100 soulmates, and so far we're at 9.
I believe so. Oh, he can also defy the laws of physics through love.
Yes, he can hear Shizuka crying when she just goes and come running, revived from death, and shakes off, saving his little girlfriend, who's actually one of the older ones. But holy,
I always forget that Shizuka is actually like older than him technically.
yeah, Shizuka and Kusuri. Kursuri's so funny. She's like, I need a diaper, like just like crazy. She's like, hold on, and like has to like take the things and be like, I can save it now, because like they use the
Yes, she is one of the crazier members. Obviously there's Hahari, the mother.
Yeah. When
And then of course we have Iku. I don't know if you've met Iku yet. And then like we could keep going with like who else is there? Kendo chick. She's a
well, Kendo
she's a
Chick
weirdo.
isn't in the anime yet.
No, she is not. Unfortunately.
But
that one's probably gonna weird a lot of people out. Like,
dude, Hakari is a freak. Like,
yes, but like I respect her game.
she's like, I planned this whole thing, and she's like, help me, Rentaro, I'm wet. And you're just like, oh jeez. But he's got 100 girlfriends. You know, we've met let's see, we've met Karane, Kusuri, Hahari, Mado May, which I thought was really funny that her name is like Mado.
Well, all of the names generally mean something about who they are. So, like, you go to Shizuka. Shizuka literally means quiet. Kusuri means medicine.
Okay.
Hahari, haha is the kanji for mother.
Uh-huh.
So AI Nano.
Yeah, well, that one's obvious because she's like a robot.
You'll meet other ones like Yasashiko for a chick whose like whole thing is about being like really nice to people.
Mm-hmm. But
they do all sorts of things like that. Kurumi, I think, technically means walnut.
And all she likes to do is eat. Yeah.
Yeah, she also mentions that her name makes her hungry at one point. They also use her for an Attack on Titan reference in the manga. It's fantastic.
Do they?
Yes. That day, humanity's fate changed.
Who? Free. They did a reference to one of the animes that came out like 2 years ago. And in the eating contest. I don't remember which anime it was, but they did a reference in there.
Well, you're going to get Attack on Titan, Chainsaw Man, Dragon Ball. They will literally parody all of that stuff.
I feel like I forget what it was, but it was really good. So this is fucking a hilarious show. Like, all right, you guys sold me. I'm in. I'm on board with the 100 girlfriends. The best part is they all love Rentaro, and Rentaro's like, I refuse to give anyone less attention. And he's just like all in. Like, if you need a boyfriend, get on Rentero's harem and become part of the Rentero family. Okay?
There is a light novel for the series as well as the manga. And like the first chapter is called A Day in the Life of Rentero, and it basically details how he divides his time between all the girls. So they all get even amounts of time and attention.
There you go, Rentero. See, ladies, find yourself a Rentero. This is actually one of my friend's favorite mangas. The summer Hikaru died.
Hikaru.
Hikaru. But I know nothing about it, so I can't actually talk about it.
It's like supernatural thriller kind of stuff. That's what I understand of it. I almost picked up the manga at Barnes and Nobles the other day. I went there and I found out that Vinland Saga and Vagabond have deluxe editions that I didn't even know existed. So that's another thing I'm putting in my collection.
All right. Now, since this has a bunch of best girls, I say we go to another one that has a best girl. Okinawa. So we have Kana, who there was a tsunami, right? No, what are they called?
Typhoon.
Yeah. Typhoon, right? There was a
typhoon. Tsunami is a giant fucking wave. A typhoon is a hurricane.
Yeah, my bad. Okay, so they get a.
They're very, very different and much more. One is much more devastating than the other.
They're all the same in the dark. Okay, I don't understand words. Okay, so there was a typhoon that hits Okinawa and it knocks out all the power. And what's up to Beast? And what? Teru, that's his name. Teru is like, oh, I'll be fine. And then like the power goes out and his phone's dead. He never replies. Well, Best Girl comes to the rescue and she brings her brother with her and Mina. That's
I believe so.
Yeah, I think that's her name.
I just keep calling her Kian-san because that's what he calls her.
I just call her girl who doesn't speak a language that I understand. Like even the subtitles are like just like how they sound. Like,
absolute gibberish, yes.
Yeah. So she comes to the rescue, saves them. I really like this one. I'm rooting for Kana. Like, let's go, Kana.
Same. I'm really hoping Kana is Endgame because she's just a much better character, and is far more interested in the main character than the chick he has a crush on.
That like gives no shits.
Yeah, like I was saying before the stream, like two of my favorite parts of this episode actually. One, the crab stacking that goes on, where the little sister just keeps putting crabs on Teru's shoulder the whole time they're talking, and at the very end she pulls like an entire sea slug out of the ocean. That was funny to me. And then the banana sap.
Oh yeah, where everybody thought he was dead because the blood, like the kids ran away from him, and then his dad's like, "What happened to you?" But no, it's kind of funny that the two best characters in this entire show are Kana and her little sister. Like the two best characters are both Higa sons. So this one, okay, so you haven't picked this one up, been catching up on other shows. This one sounds funny as fuck. So basically, this is more like of a PSA to get you to learn Okinawan culture. But basically, Teru is from the mainland Japan. He gets moved to Okinawa because his dad is transferred there for work. He has a crush on the girl with the 329 shirt on. And she does not speak Japanese a lot. She speaks Okinawan. And basically Kana becomes the translator because she likes him, and basically how they go. Hey, I had to get rid of the blonde hair somehow. Um, and that's basically the show in a nutshell. And then we have some hijinks and some funny stuff that happens. You are, in fact, Okinawan? Well, then maybe you might understand some of the culture references and maybe understand some of the words that they speak, because I do not.
Well, that's no surprising considering you have to compete against Mazza to win a reading contest.
Well, I did kick his ass, so that's fine.
I was throwing shade at Mazza the other day, saying somehow my dyslexic, brain damaged friend, not you, someone else, reads better than him somehow.
Yeah, well, I did it too. All right, you know what else I did? I watched Dragon Ball Daima. Have you watched any of it yet?
I have been watching it weekly.
Okay.
And I have some
All right, go for
some
it.
words to say about this one.
Go for it. Go
So,
for it.
this series has been good in 3 spots alone. Tamagami number 3 fight, Tamagami number 2 fight, and so far the ongoing battle against King Yoma. Everything else about this series, shit. It sucks. It's boring. I'm not interested. But the moment they start using power ups, it's the same kind of Dragon Ball hype I liked Z for.
Mm-hmm.
Its story, honestly, is not all that interesting. Z at least felt like, for the goofy things that they were still doing with Toriyama's designs and stuff, like the artwork and the designs and stuff, were definitely very Toriyama for Z, but it wasn't as goofy or whimsical as the original Dragon Ball.
Mm-hmm.
This returns a bit more to like the more whimsical elements of Dragon Ball, and takes a little bit of what they've learned about animation from their movies and from Super, and does really good with animation and stuff. Like the shots, the camera angles, and all that stuff for this Goma fight have been fantastic. The fact that they brought Super Saiyan 4 back for this, I really like that, because I always thought Super Saiyan 4 was better than any of the God transformations.
Yeah, agreed.
But I'm just not into the story or the world they've tried to build, especially after they decided to do that whole like filler arc on the giant planet.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to add one more part that was really awesome. The bar fight that Goku gets in where he's beating the shit out of people while eating hamburgers. That was awesome.
That was entertaining. I will say that. And it was also entertaining to see him use Super Saiyan against Glorio for a little bit in that first fight.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, whenever they actually start doing like the hype parts of Dragon Ball in this, like, okay, all right, I'm here for it. I'm paying attention. You had my attention. Now you have my erection.
You know what really pissed me off? The last episode, right? Vegeta gets exhausted, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Glorio, Piccolo, and the Supreme Kai were all able to get back up, and Vegeta wasn't. Are you fucking kidding me? Vegeta's stronger than all 3 of them put together.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that shit?
That was a little dumb. That was annoying. I will also say that like the retconning of DBZ events, particularly around the Majin Buu stuff, that has also annoyed me. Where like they just inserted Arinsu in there to like get pieces of Majin Buu in the middle of a fight where she would have easily been noticed by like every other character who
Piccolo
was
and Krillin, and yep.
A lot of people are like, oh, who are Dragon Ball fans have glazed this series, and I'm sitting here like, it's entertaining. It's not the worst, but it's easily it's better than GT, but that's not a high bar to live.
I know. I hate GT so much. The only
I
cool
would
thing
still
was
pick.
Super
I would still pick Super and Z, and both of the movies that have come out for Super, both Superheroes and Broly, over this, because the Broly movie was actually really good.
Well, technically, there's 4 Super movies.
We don't talk about the other 2.
Battle of Gods and Resurrection F. They just redid them all in like the first 76 episodes of Super. And you're like, I could just watch the 2 movies and save so much time. But yeah, I liked it early in the beginning, and then like the Majin Ku and Majin Do, I fucking hate them. Then we had the discount Ginyu Force.
Yeah.
And
I almost forgot about them. Fuck.
yeah. But you know what I have finished watching now and switched over to the dubs, but we ended up finishing something. So I know you really like this one.
Hey.
We got your best girl, right? Best girl of the season.
I'm upset that there wasn't an episode this last week.
I did not notice. Probably because I was a week behind because I wasn't able to watch it when I was gone.
Yeah, they were on hiatus. So basically, you should have ended on
The part 3.
the part 3 of the curse. Yeah, that was the
Okay,
last
yeah,
episode
yeah.
that aired. So we're at the same point. I've liked it so far. Just because I enjoy mystery. I also like Taka as a character, especially after like the end of that last episode. She just takes the motorcycle and runs it through the fucking door.
I know. Mine was like, yeah, you can use it, and then she's now going to have to be like, I have to buy a new motorcycle. You know, hopefully my insurance covers this shit. Be like,
bro's still trying to recover from losing his car.
I know. And now, like, the girl who could like pick him up on her motorcycle, now he no longer has like a ride there either. So now he's got to take public transportation. This lady keeps screwing everyone over by destroying their vehicles. But no, this has a dub now, so I'm probably just going to pick up on the dub. So we'll be a couple weeks before we talk.
I'm trying to
about
remember
this
if this one was High Dive or not.
No, this is Crunchyroll. This is
Okay.
Crunchyroll. Yeah.
Because the issue I have with high dye dubs is sometimes they don't really get all like the greatest actors. Like I watched Oshinoko both subbed and dubbed because I tried the dub out for the first season and I was like, I don't know about these voice actors, man. I feel like they're really green.
Well, I know Villainess has some decent ones. Like,
is there a dub for Villainous out right now?
Yeah, it's completely out. Not Dad's been reincarnated, but greatest Villainess.
Villainess who goes down in history.
Yeah, and then what is it? I Parry Everything has like 3 people I like, but like I've met them in person, so I like them.
I've generally never really felt super impressed by High Dive's dub cast. Crunchyroll is hit or miss. Like if you get like a really good cast, you get like Patrick Sates, Ian Sinclair, Clifford Chaplin, Aaron Dismuke. Like those guys actually know how to voice act. And they sound good. They're compelling as their characters. And even like the girl who voices Kaguya, Sean Chiplock's another good voice actor.
Jade Saxton, I think, is Kaguya, or is it? I think it's Jade.
The chick who does Mao Mao, I don't know her name.
She's a newer one, isn't she?
There's actually one in that series who plays one of like the big sister courtesans in the first season, who started out actually as like a web manga dubber. So basically she like her whole career has pretty much launched from doing dubs on YouTube.
It's not Emily, is it? It's not or
No,
Amber Connors?
No, I forget who it is.
Because she's go ahead.
But no, Amelie, she actually started with Artie Ferreira.
Okay.
And actually, no, sorry. Before that, it was My Hero Academia. She voiced the chick for the beauty contest in My Hero Academia.
Oh,
like the really gaudy girl. And then it was Ari Ferreira and then Marin Kitagawa, which was her best role, honestly. Like she did really well in that.
Yeah, I just met her last week.
But yeah, it's Crunchyroll's dubcast has a whole lot more experience. I feel like they're still kind of hit or miss. Zach Aguilar can be kind of all over the place, if you ask me. Sometimes he
Mhm.
feels really mechanical. Sometimes he gets really into the characters, particularly when they're pissed off. So, like, if you have an enraged Tanjiro
Mhm.
or just Otto being upset in
They
ReZero,
all sound the
like
same. Yeah.
he's well, they're the same voice actor.
Yeah, I know.
Uh, he does really well, but if you just put like Tanjiro in a static like scenario where he's being his usual self, he doesn't sound as good.
Mhm. Well, the funny thing is, I told you what happened when I met Zach Aguilar, right?
No, I don't think you did.
Okay, so I met Zach Aguilar last year, and I was wearing my Geeks and Gamers shirt, right? He saw my Geeks and Gamers shirt and was like, "Do you know Krista?" And he just started fanboying over
Oh
Krista.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I do remember that. Yeah,
yeah.
you told me that.
But yeah, this show's fun. I like it. I'm going to wait for a dub just because I have trouble following the sub on this one.
Yeah, I can feel that. That's how I felt about Ubel Blett, because like they were using so many like overly engineered German names for that series. It really made it hard for me to follow who was who and what was going on with the subs, because I'd get to the name and I'd be like Stolwolekten.
Yeah.
Who is that? Okay, Glenn, I can keep up with that.
It,
Fargo, okay.
it's so funny when I'll like read names and I'll be like talking about a character. They'll be like, "Who the fuck is that?" And then I spell it out, and
Reichsverein.
they're like, "That's not how you say that name." And I was like, "Oh, like, yeah." All right. So, uh, names that I can actually say, uh, not so hearsay. Uh, this last episode, did you watch it?
Yeah, yeah, I did.
What did you think?
It was interesting to get more of the characterization of Natsuko, but I don't know. It felt like a really massive detour, and I generally tend to hate these episodes that just like pull us out of like a continuous chain of events just to do something like random like that.
I don't know if she does. I haven't asked her. So, I also met Brittany, and she was like, "Am I allowed to touch you?" Because like they have to ask permission now because people are weird. And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I don't care." And she like snuggled up onto me and like wrapped her arm around me, and like, well, she was like right underneath my arm, and I was like, "Hi," like, and then we took the picture.
That's
But
funny.
she's super nice, and the funny thing is, uh, the only two I had watched at the time that she was in was My Hero Academia because she's Cammy, and then the other one was Attack on Titan because she's Hitch. Uh, and for some reason, I really like Hitch, probably because she liked eating. You know, the girls that eat because she liked pie, right? She liked eating pie or whatever.
I don't remember if Hitch had a thing. I know Sasha was constantly eating.
Potatoes and stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Well, just
But
anything. If you left,
oh yeah,
well,
she sold
particularly
them.
potatoes,
But
but your introduction to her is feral Sasha over some potatoes. Yes.
but no, Hitch had something, or maybe she was going to make food for what's his name, Marco, not Marco. Yeah, Marco. Right, that's the guy in the military police. I don't know, but
The bowl cut dude. No, that's someone else.
okay. I know there's like two others.
And
They have similar name.
Marco dies in the Battle of Tross.
Okay,
I
so
think
it's
Marlowe is who you're thinking of.
yeah, they both have similar names. Okay, yeah. But so I had it I only knew those two characters, right? And then the next thing I watch, she's in it as like the main character. It's like Assassin Pride or something like that where like it's kind of weird. It's actually really weird. And then I watched Fairy Tale and she's Wendy, right? And then I watched another one and she's in it. Um, And now she's in Shangri-La Frontier, which if we hadn't talked about this yet, I would transition right into Shangri-La Frontier on that because she's Katso in it. And it's so funny hearing her voice.
Wait,
like,
she's Katso?
yeah.
Huh, I knew I had heard that voice somewhere.
She's Katsu. Yeah. So like after I met her, she was like in everything.
By the way, we haven't transitioned. We haven't talked about.
I know we haven't.
Shangri-La Frontier.
I know.
But we also haven't really talked about Zenshu yet. Either,
Yeah, which is why I want to still talk about this. Okay, so you said you hate these kind of episodes. Remember when I said based on what happened in another thing, which we found out that it was actually from Villainess or Bureaucrat to Villainess, that he was actually in a coma. This is me thinking that it is setting that up because it looks like the movie is done, right? Or that she was in the movie. And it looks like she's going to find the bump that they talked about with Luke. Looks like maybe she's going to find it with Luke, the bump, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to be able to come back, right? She's just in the hospital from food poisoning, right? Not dead. That's my theory. And she's going to come back and be able to write her thing. And you know, when you guys said the trailer made it seem it's going to be more about her at work, I think she's going to be able to do the writing. And we're weaving that world that we're in. Because it feels like that story is done. Right?
Yeah, to some extent. I feel like it's not like I hate these kinds of episodes. It's just that they annoy me when they like really interrupt when they really interrupt the flow of the story, like this did, or like with 365 Days to the Wedding, they would have these like random distraction arcs about the other like characters that would take like an episode or two to resolve. And I felt like, okay, well, you were going good with the main characters, like you had something really good, and they're gonna like interrupt it with some like random bullshit to make everything complicated. That's the stuff I hate. This plays a little bit more into it because it actually does a good bit of like development for Natsuko herself. I don't see how this is setting up that I don't think it's that she's dead. I just don't see how this is particularly setting up her return. I do agree with Muffler Tape though, is about the musical skit was not something I was really interested in, like her boy band thing that she created. But it's been an entertaining series nonetheless. It's just not as good as I was hoping for. And yes, the jokes about her being a MAPPA employee are certainly, they deserve it. They definitely deserve it.
And it's MAPPA doing it. So,
well, that's why the jokes are there. Is it's a MAPPA anime about the hard life of animators.
I get it. You know what threw me off a little bit when he went to go play the mech game. What is that called?
Nephilim Hollow.
Nephilim, right? And it took like 4 episodes. And I was like, all right, it's really cool that he goes into these other worlds, but I don't need fucking 4 episodes of it.
I actually really liked that one because I thought it was a nice little distraction that played into the series, especially with like it showing like the way Sun Raku just thinks about problems differently than everyone else.
Yeah.
Like his whole solution wasn't to build like a serious competitor against that chick's mech. It was literally to make one big fucking pile of gimmicks and then use all of them to disguise every single other gimmick that he had.
Yeah.
It was one big distraction is what it was.
Like, I would have been cool if it was like 2 episodes. I just felt like it was too long. But I do really like how they focus on Sunraku's talking. They did a retcon thing with the mecha game. Did I not get there yet? Because I'm still in the dub.
I'm not sure. I don't remember any retcons with the mecha game thing or with Nephilim Hollow.
The fighting game arc will be good.
That's basically how they're going to end the season.
So that's what they just set up with Katsu emailing them in the dub. So I haven't got to the I need to watch the last 2 episodes, but I've been dubbing it this whole time and I kind of feel
The last two episodes this week was actually I really enjoyed this week's episode, but last week's episode was rough. Like
Oh,
it was not a good experience.
Russ was involved in the retcons they established in season 1.
I don't remember anything about that at all.
I literally started the series Wednesday, and I've caught up, and I don't remember them really talking about Nephilim Hollow like at all.
Yeah, I mean, they had the Berserk Online Passion or Burp,
Burp.
and the ninja chick was involved with that.
Which was what the fuck was his name? Dragonfly? Was originally Dragonfly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's see if this can I get this to does this can I get the English? Just want English. Let's just do this and just hit English. Okay. So like it's so funny hearing like future Trunks as Sun Raku. And
I hear
then
Sanji. That's who I hear. Probably the same voice actor, but that's who I immediately think of when I hear his voice is Sanji from One Piece.
I just go straight to future Trunks. But if we look, oh yeah, I'm convinced Ian is the greatest voice actor when it comes to over the top characters.
Ian Sinclair is just one of like the best English voice actors out there, if you ask me.
He's
Like I've never heard him do a bad dub ever. Even when he does stuff like Whis from Dragon Ball Super, like he's just good.
So I met him, right? And I was dressed as Luck, right? So Magna and Luck are rivals.
Yeah.
He comes in hot. He comes in hot talking mad shit. And I say, listen, dude, just blame Justin. Justin was supposed to be at the con last week, and that's why I did Luck. Okay? And he's like, man, I'm just kidding. I was like, I know, but blame Justin. He's like, yeah, I will. I'll tell Luck right off, right? And he's super funny, dude. I was talking to him about like how he should get like the role for all narrations, right? Because of just how cool he is, like for like voice acting and all that stuff. Can I just it show Katsu as this is the voice of Bill Belok is the voice of Nagase from Assassination or Nagase from Assassination Classroom. Where's Brittany? Is Katsu not here somewhere? Where the fuck is it? Oh, right here. Yeah. It's Brittany. So it's Wendy's voice. So it's so funny hearing her like just hearing her as like the character.
So just to quickly address A Money Wilson's retcon claim here about Rust being able to fight everyone in the city. First of all, the issue you're confusing here is that Rust was fighting NPCs. Pencilgun and Sunraku are players. There's a huge world of difference, and it's not like it doesn't seem to suggest that they're perfectly safe. It's just one of those things where Sunraku was trying to get to a save point beyond where Pencilgun was blocking him. I don't really think that's a retcon. I feel like that's just
yeah, because they beat all those well, hitting someone and like trying to kill them, it's like two different things.
Did it deal any damage?
Probably not.
That's the thing, is like it could just be one of those things where like, all right, well, the physics works like Destiny 2. You can be a Titan and shoulder charge people, it doesn't deal any damage to them. But the physics still works. I don't think that's a huge thing to be complaining about. If it was like an actual like legitimate story retcon, like the way Dragon Ball Daima retconned Z a bit, that would be one thing. But in this case, I don't feel like that's even really a worthwhile thing to complain about.
So one thing I really like about this is Ray, and her love for Hisatome, and how she's trying to. She's like, "Can we play sometime?" And he's like, "Man, I forgot to like get her player name." And he's like, "You're Ray Seiger, right?" And like he's playing with someone named Seiger Zero, and he hasn't figured it out. Like, I just love it. And he's just,
There's one point during the Lycagon fight where he comes really, really, really close, and he's like, "Ray Saiga? Why does that sound familiar?"
yeah. And he's like, "Ah, whatever." And he's like, "I don't get why it's Ray. Like, why are you calling me Ray?" But it's so funny that if they didn't spend a whole episode about it, well, she was trying to stop them, and then Ray came in and fucking kicked ass. Don't touch his.
They didn't spend an entire episode on that. They spent an entire episode on Pencilgon wanting to fuck with Sunraku because she was upset that they fought her to a fucking draw in another game over being
Yeah.
a bully. I would have to go back and refresh on every single little detail of that whole thing to really give like a in-depth analysis of it. I just don't feel like it's as big of an issue as you're making it out to be.
It was probably like 10 minutes of an episode, to be honest.
No, I mean like the retcon issue. I don't think it's that big of an issue whatsoever. Okay, so what they change a little bit of that mechanic. Yeah, I do like Pencilgon as a character. One of the things I think that this series does really well is the way that all of the different characters play off each other, particularly when you have Pencilgon, Oikatsu, and Sunraku, who all have their own like little bit of troll in them, and they just like fuck with each other the whole time.
Even during like the Weathermon fight, yeah, they were like trolling each other too, and they're like, "Get on with it." But yeah, that Lycagon fight, the second one was pretty awesome. But I want to see what happens with Dragonfly. What is Asome? Wait, what is
Kitsune Akane?
Yeah, he's whatever. That guy or that girl?
Yes.
Oh no, it's a girl because she does.
It's a girl.
She admits that she uses her real face.
Mm-hmm.
Where Katsuo is a dude playing a chick. So I would definitely be a chick in this game. I'm not going to lie. That's just how I play games. I always pick a chick character.
You identify as a woman.
I identify as a woman when I'm kicking ass. Okay,
Madam Biggles.
In video games, I always play a woman, just because they're more fun to look at. If it's a first-person game, I usually just go with dudes. But if it's the third person, I'm definitely playing a chick. I'm not here to say don't watch. It's still worth it to watch SLF. I just noticed the sloppy writing.
Again, this is one of the things where in order to really have this whole conversation about something that's it's really a nitpicky detail, I would have to go back and watch both sections of the series again, and I just don't feel like it's worth it.
For the record, I don't play little girls, okay? I don't play little girls.
What's wrong with the lolis, though?
I don't like them. I don't like young-looking characters. If I can pick an older person, I will always play an older person. And sometimes I like to pick like the fattest motherfucker in the game and just like play a class that is usually played by a petite person. I just think it's fucking hilarious running around as a super fat
when it comes to
motherfucker.
playing as a guy or a girl, it really depends for me. Like Monster Hunter, like I have made an equal number of male and female characters. It really just depends on which anime character I want to try and recreate. Sometimes it's Guts, sometimes it's Griffith, sometimes it's Priscilla Burial from ReZero.
Who supposedly has the biggest chest in all of ReZero, which apparently has made the fan base crazy. Biggles hates children confirmed. Yes.
You should have heard him screaming about his nephews before the stream one of these days. I get in the call, and the first thing I hear is, "I'm gonna strangle my freaking nephew."
Little fucker. Duh. Biggles does hate children.
The only
Confirmed.
thing
Yep.
I like about lowly characters is they're cute. Beatrice from ReZero. Okay, that's all I gotta say.
Bayako. So we have one of Crimson's many weaknesses: silver hair elves.
Silver hair elf supremacy, yes.
Now this one, she gets to go. They go on like a double date kind of thing, with the library girl and her husband, and they treat them. I don't think we got any other world, right? It was just Japan.
I think it was all Japan this time. Well, we actually saw a little bit about the dragon. I think where the eggs
Oh yeah,
hatch,
yeah.
and she makes they kind of make it seem like the dragon's gonna join their party,
Yeah, I'm
and
hoping
then they might end up bringing the dragon to Japan
labyrinth,
at some
yeah.
point, because I mean you see her right there in the title.
Oh yeah. So hopefully she like brings her kids with them too, I guess, and then they have a party of dragons and just wreck the labyrinth. That wait, is there were they talking about an overflow in this one too, like all the other ones where there's like a dungeon overload? And
I don't
that's
think
what the
so.
labyrinth is? No. Okay, so it's just the labyrinth that's coming out. Yeah. Everybody's agreeing over there.
Yes, look, MILFs are nice, okay? Like Hahari.
Hahari. All right. If only we still had that one to transition back into, Okay. But no, this one's a lot of fun. I like Kazuhira.
Kazuhiko.
Yeah, Kazuhiko and Mary Bell. And I really like how she's like, oh, I've been learning Japanese from anime. And that's kind of what I've been doing on top of learning from like games, like Japanese speaking games. Where it's like, learn how to speak and read Japanese. And I'm like, yeah, let's play. I'm learning all my stuff from games and anime.
No, I think this one works best as just like a nice, like chill slice of life series, more so than a fantasy. Also, I mean, you have not seen the freerun art that I have found. Okay, I'm just saying they don't all have to be MILFs, but I digress.
You know who's not a MILF?
Oh God, what are we about to transition to?
Dad. Dad is not a MILF.
That's a DILF, sir.
Well, I guess if you want to do Dad, man, that's all for it.
Well, he's not a dad if someone didn't do him. So.
True. I mean, but the I part of it is that you would. So Crimson, if you want to, then he is a DILF. All right. I don't need to see what you have seen. There you go. I haven't watched this.
Let's just say there's been a constant conversation on some other Discords that I'm involved in about freerun art in the NSFW channel.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say about your favorite DILF, Dad. So as we know, the daughter is now in control of Orion, which is the dragon. So we'll see a little bit more of the dragon. There's less of the family in this episode and more back to the story. I just love this fucking anime. It's a masterpiece. I gave it a 10. I love what's going to happen next. I'm full send on this one.
Yeah, I still really like the series. As for the last episode, I made my complaint about how them using the like family real world element too much could be a drag on the series. This episode wasn't so bad. It felt shorter and more relevant to what was going on with the series. But it's still funny and overall entertaining with the actual like in-game stuff with the villainous stuff.
Mm-hmm. And what's really cool is she, without thinking, taught them how to use their dragons and beasts more effectively. So by him just thinking, hey, he's the sword, he's the shield, I'll just write him in the thing, and he accidentally stumbles upon making them more efficient with their beasts. So I really like that as well. He's like he's the worst villain ever.
The worst villainous ever, yes.
Worst villainous ever. You know what we should do? Next week we should do like a rank on who's the worst villainous. Because like Katarina is almost as bad as a villainess as Dad, you know, because she's like always failing at trying to be a villainess. And then you have Alicia, who's like by far the best villainess because she's like, yeah, I'm being a villainess, but she's also being a hero at the same time, but still the villainess of the story.
I unfortunately have only watched like 3 Otome game isekais, so like I can't really like weigh in.
We'll need more little Chad. This
Yeah,
is how we know how great she is. Ready?
Look at you. Your hair is a mess and full of split ends. And wearing your skirt at that length makes your legs look short and stubby. Your ribbon's all...
I love her. She's the best. Remember, everybody, we do have memberships now on the channel, and if you gift a membership or do a membership, you get Lucy. There you go. You get Lucy if you do that. But yeah, I love this show. This show's freaking awesome. Maybe we should get you to watch all the. Were you the one who told me to watch the one where they narrate the Otome game, or was that Little Chad?
that was Little Chad.
Dude, that one's
If
really
it has
good.
anything to do with an Otome game, it's 90%. I have not recommended it to you or said anything good about it.
Okay, so that one's really good. So it's like a romance, and the main character is a tsundere, so you'll love her. Or the main villainess is a tsundere. But it's like a romance out of the Otome game, and then there's a romance in the Otome game, and they're just like side by side. It gets an ending at the end of season 1, so you only have to watch the 12 episodes. That was a really good one. So one I might switch over and watch the dub, even though I've been really enjoying every week. We get another 2-parter. Did you put this on your save for later, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So I really like this one. The last 2 weeks were a 2-parter with like the gold king or something like that from the Rampaging Kingdom. And basically what happened was there was like he ordered something, someone did something that ruined the order, and then they had to solve that. And it's actually showing a lot more of how they're solving their problems now because they're putting them in like 2-parters. And then this next one here, they go to speak with the guild leader who happens to be an evil piece of shit and the green-haired elf girl's brother. So we'll find out a bunch of shit here. Basically, if you like some business stuff and like how business people solve problems with a hot tsundere part dragon demon girl, this is an anime you'll like. It's fun. They're basically married without him realizing it, you know. And she still gets embarrassed by like everything he says. But yeah, I enjoy that one. Well, if you want more Lucy, then you have to like gift subs, or since you're already a member, yeah, we get more Lucy the more members we get. That's how this works. All right. Otherwise, you just get this.
I need to
Yeah, you just get that. Okay, so let's talk about two that are kind of the same thing. And let's start with I Have a Crush at Work. So,
Hey,
so I Have a Crush at Work is like the more adult version of I'm Married to a Girl I Hate in Class. Um, they have similar plot lines, almost the same week. Like this week is a ring, and that one was a ring.
I think there have been a few coincidences. Other than that, it's just kind of
They just seem to happen on the same
they're,
week.
they're
It's not.
vaguely similar, but I think they're too dissimilar to say that they're kind of that this is the adult version of that.
Well, kind of like this one. They're adulting. They're in their job, right? They're doing their relationships. This one has the sex, even though it's like it's the way I like it, where it just cuts to the next day, and you don't have to worry about it. Where the other one has nothing like that. Uh, but oh, you're out of here. I think. Right? Is that what that's
Yeah,
saying?
he's saying he'll catch the replay.
All right, later, man.
Yeah, with this one, I would say though, like the distinction between this and I'm getting married to the girl in class that I hate is this one is much more relaxed, much more low key. It is an adult romance. Really, the only two things that I think are similar between it are the fact that well, there's three things. One, the two characters were known for fighting, but you don't really see them fighting all that much. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it's just they quote unquote have this reputation. They're hiding their relationship. Okay, and then there was rings, but you're forgetting that in this they had the whole like vacation arc, they had the whole like people finding out and all that kind of stuff around their office. There's a bunch of differences between this and the other one that really end up distinguishing them.
But they're both
So
really good.
like I said, there are some coincidences, there are some vague similarities, but you can really narrow that down to just tropes and writing style and like cultural things, like the
Mhm.
idea of like not being very open about relationships. That's a thing in Japan.
So it's a Japan thing. All right. Well,
Yeah.
the other one,
It would be like taking two Harlequin novels and wondering why they're so similar. Well, because that's just generally how Harlequin novels are.
they write them like shit now, so they're nothing like the originals.
Were they ever good?
Yeah, way back when. Yeah.
Did you read them?
Well, the comics, not the novels. I can't read. I look at the pictures and read them. But yeah, this one has a baseball episode too, which was really awesome because she's like, I didn't know you liked baseball. And then their drunk friend was like all over that guy, and now the drunk friend and her are like meeting every day at the cafe as like part of their routine now. So it's kind of cool. I like it. There's like multiple romances going on in this one that's like not here. But this one, which I like a little better than the one we just talked about,
Same.
mainly because of Akane and what's her name here, Hiramari. What is it?
Himari?
Himari, yeah. And Shisei, Shisei,
She say.
Shisei, yeah.
The Shisei wiggle in the background, I think it was episode 6, where she's just sitting there like tweaking like a noodle in the back. she just has her arms in the air, just doing the whole fucking slither thing. That got me. That really got me.
There's so much crazy shit in this. It's hilarious. But I really like this one. Did a dub start on this one? I don't remember.
I don't think so.
But I really like this one. I'm probably going to pick up the manga. I marked it on my list, but I haven't actually started reading it.
From what I understand, the light novels, this series has ended in the light novels, so it's actually complete, to my knowledge.
Okay, so there's that. I'm still waiting to see who this pink-haired chick is.
They introduced her in the last episode.
Did they?
Yeah, right at the very end. It's Akane's sister.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. And she's going to try to steal him from her because she just wants to steal everything Akane has. That's right. Okay.
Huh?
Right? That's what it sounded like. That's what she
No. It sounded like she really cares about her sister and she's upset that her sister got married because she's a siscon.
Oh, then I misunderstood everything she was saying. This is why I need dubs and not subs. You can't have me read stuff and expect to
Hashtag
understand.
Biggles can't read in the chat, please.
We
Hashtag Biggles can't read.
we can't have stuff where I need to try to read it and figure out what is going on. It's too difficult.
Like she's sitting there like, who just goes and gets married without telling anyone?
Right.
That was like her whole complaint. Like, don't worry, sis, I'm coming for you.
Oh, I thought she was talking about him. My bad. Okay. See, this is why I need dubs. Okay. But what's really funny is the aunt. The aunt is like, "Are you going to become my stepson yet?" Like,
Son-in-law. Are you going to become my
son-in-law?
son-in-law?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. My bad. Maybe can't talk. I mean, I can't read. We all know that. That's pretty well. But yeah, I just really like the dynamic. I like how he's like, she says like, I need you into my life or in his life because I love your cooking. Like, feed me. You give me all these good food. And then they all like go to help him find the ring because she's like, it's important to me. But like, even if he didn't like tell her to take off the ring, I don't think they would have noticed or they would have known that the ring was from him, right?
Well,
And
the
because
thing
she
is,
was
Akane is just terrible at like making excuses for anything. So,
and she was also wearing it on her right hand, so it's not like a wedding ring, you know. Even though I'm pretty sure the blonde chick knows that she got married because she told her to, and like the first episode was like, yeah, just do it then. I would. So
yeah. I'm really glad they adapted the ring thing because it's one of like when I was watching the web manga for this, it was one of like the really big standout moments to me. Like, wow, it was actually like a really good character development and story writing there. Like, I like that. This is good. And then I found out they were doing an anime of it. I'm like, oh, cool. Hopefully they do this part because I really like that. And they did.
Yeah, the ring. Good ring. Like, I was like, way to go, dude. You saw she wanted it. You went out and got it. You're being a good husband. Good job. Yeah, so let's talk about this. I know you like this one. I like this one too. The slapping. The slappening. Yes. We'll call it the slappening. She smacked the shit out of her.
Yeah. And then like that wasn't enough. Okay. She was about to start throwing hands. Like she was ready to throw down.
It was so good. And then she's like, Gigi, get this bitch out of here. Like, it was awesome.
Get this bitch out of here.
Get this bitch out of here.
This hoe belongs to the streets.
She disrespected me. She could go fuck off.
Well, it was a really good like mystery of the week return to mystery of the week sort of thing. They've been doing a lot of this stuff with the special envoys that has been building up to some big reveal or whatever, as far as like what they've been working with in the plot. But it's kind of been like so far because they've had that long mystery that just it's going somewhere, but you don't get the payoff yet. So it's kind of like, okay, well, I got to keep watching to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
One of the advantages season 1 had over this was that people were just watching it for the mystery of the week, and then at the very end they realized how all of those mysteries ended up all those individual little instances ended up tying together.
Well, it kind of feels like right now that was kind of what was leading up to, but we still haven't figured out what's going on with the mirrors, right? So there's still more to go, but it also kind of felt like this was where it was leading, because like you had all the abortion, you had all the like the stuff that they wanted to go with. So it felt like they were setting it up already. But there's more to it. So we're going to see if she was in cahoots with the girl who survived the first season, because they keep bringing up her name. So she might still be around somewhere because they haven't found her yet.
Well, yeah, I mean, we saw in the first season how they basically came and got her.
Mm-hmm. So there's still more mysteries here. I really like this one. Gingy is being less creepy towards her sometimes now, but he's still it's still like funny between them. But now there's potentially 2 princes that could be born. Because we don't know the genders, and now 2 of the high-ranking concubines are pregnant. So we'll see what happens. I'll be right back. Keep talking. Convince them stuff about the show.
So, as far as this season goes, I don't know. It's been a little bit dodgy for me because, like I said, they've been running with a much longer mystery with the Silk Road stuff tying into the special envoys and how all of these things seem to be happening that lead to this sort of idea of someone trying to usurp the throne of China. I'm sure it will pay off. This series has yet to disappoint me in that regard, and its character work has been pretty good. But it just feels like it's stringing it along too much as compared to the original, first 24 episodes we got. That part of it was really done well. Can it go back to doing the same thing? Probably not, because it's less of a surprise to see that happen again. It's less interesting to see the same trick done twice. So it's kind of just giving you the big mystery that you're expecting out of it at this point and running with it. And that's not bad. I just want to see where this goes because these past couple of episodes have felt a little disappointing, except for this one with the mystery of the week element returning, where it was a one shot where they just did one little thing and tied it into the series as a whole and had some good moments as far as the characters go.
Yeah. So the biggest mystery is, what is the eunuch's goal for the rear palace? Wait, Gingy's? I think it's to.
Well, first of all, there are a couple of things that I don't think I think you're missing. One, Gene She's not. I don't think Gene She's a eunuch. They've kind of
Yeah. They've
really heavily implied that
he's the prince's brother, I think.
Yes,
or the emperor's brother.
So I think his design, his goal for all of this is just to sort out all the mysteries that have been plaguing the rear palace.
Mm-hmm.
His job is effectively to protect the emperor, and he's doing that in a covert way.
And I don't think his assistant, what's his name?
Goshwin.
Goshwin. I don't think he's a eunuch either.
No, I think he is. I just think he only became a eunuch after after having a family and everything. So like he got to a certain point in his career with the government where they did that then.
Yeah, because he had a kid and everything already. So,
but
what's her name? Mao Mao keeps bringing up his junk a lot. So it's on her mind. She's thinking about it.
She keeps thinking that she's gonna insult Gene Shi by talking about his wiener and everything.
She's always like, what a waste.
She doesn't even realize
that she wants that wiener. Okay. You know who doesn't want someone's wiener?
You.
Yes, me. I don't want someone else's wiener. But right now, Alina doesn't want any wiener, Jade. Leave her alone. But she does give in and was like, fine, You can take me on a date just because I want to go to this festival, but you have to do all my overtime work so I can go to the festival. And the one with the pigtails, the orange-ish hair.
Yeah,
What's her name? Does she even have a name?
I don't remember.
She's not even here in the characters for names.
Guild Girl A.
Guild Girl A, right? So she's like, you have a date with Jane? Like, why is he here? Was like, why do you like her? Like, like, and then she's like ends up telling why, like, who she is, and he's like, yeah, that's what I like about her. But yeah, I love Alina. I bought her Need a Droid already.
Of course he did.
I
Why do you
love-
call them Nita droids? They're Nendroids.
Because I can't read, remember? Nendroids. Okay. I don't know.
How do you screw it up that badly?
I can't fucking read, motherfucker. Yeah, so if I could read, everything would be better. Okay, so I really like how there's kind of like a little love story between the healer and the range attacker. Between these two. And she got called a murderer by that piece of shit that Alina just fucking wailed on with a fucking warhammer. Was like, stop spreading these fucking rumors, you're making me work more. And just fucking beats the shit out of him. She's just like, die. And I fucking love it. There's nothing in this show that I have been against yet. I think it's amazing. And then Jill Harris is her dub voice. So I've been watching like the dubs after I watch the subs and just like following week after week. And it's like hearing Noelle, but a little different. Because she's a flirty character. I have not watched Blue Exorcist yet. But there is a character in Cold Steel, which I just started playing. And right now her name is Leather Clad Girl, and she's talking about like jumping the bones of people already. She's like, I'm all in.
Yeah, as far as this one goes, I feel like I don't know, it's kind of fallen off for me. Like I'm interested in it solely to see where this relationship between Alina and Jade go.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty much really my only point of interest. I'm not terribly stuck on the idea of like the guild stuff. It's kind of gotten to me, like repetitive, like kind of one note. I'm not really interested in the world or whatever story they're telling about, like the skills and the dark gods and stuff. I'm literally only interested in it to see Alina and Jade interact, because that's about the most.
So you're one of those romance people. You know what my favorite romance right now is? Shangri-La Frontier.
Fuck off, Pilgrim.
I need Ray to make her move and get him. Don't be scared. You got to be like Juvia. It took Juvia to the very last episode to get him. Make your move. Incest is wincest, I guess.
He's quoting me. He's quoting me.
Well, I think I say that because of you too. Right anime, right? That's definitely which one was that?
I was talking about 100 Girlfriends when I said that.
Oh, because you have Hahari and Akari?
No, because of a character you have not met yet.
Oh, okay. Do you think that pink-haired teacher from Cold Steel was a flirty character? Sarah? No, I'm talking about the purple-haired chick. Because they have too many flirty characters in it? I guess. I don't really think of most of them as flirty. Maybe Lucy trying to like seduce Natsu. Till we got the blue-haired ninja girl. You did agree with Biggles till we got the... No. I'm still rooting for Ray. Fuck blue-haired girl.
I don't think blue-haired girl is even interested in Sunraku like that.
Yeah, she does not like, yeah, it doesn't even look like that. She's just like, yeah, he helped me fight better and burp, like but no. Yeah.
But yeah, effectively, I'm really only interested in this at this point for the romance angle of it.
I just
Fight me. I moved it down in my rankings.
That's fine. That's fine. I love it.
That's fine. I respect it. It's just I'm not enjoying it as much as I once did.
I like running in and fucking smashing bosses or characters with hammers. I think it's awesome.
You like to smash.
True that. Don't deny Sunraku's harem. He doesn't even seem interested in any of the girls.
I'm sorry, but Pencil Gun does not seem like a very interesting romance prospect.
Listen, if Pencil Gun was a trash game, maybe he'd be interested. Okay.
Well, she is a trash bitch.
But
no, she's not. She's a model.
She is a model. Maybe like Toa, her actual in-person thing would be better. But I am just rooting for Ray Seiger. Go for it, man. You just gotta be in it to win it, right? You gotta you have to risk it for the biscuit. All right. You can't just give up.
You're really out here standing for Seiger's hero.
I am hoping she gets her man. It took Juvia like 300 episodes to get her man. Okay.
Yeah, I don't imagine that it's going to be anytime soon, but I'm just looking forward to the day Sunraku finally realizes, wait, Seiger Zero is one of my classmates?
I know, right? That would be funny.
I'm imagining she's going to think he knows who she is, and she's going to like one day like finally work up the courage to talk to him. It's just going to start talking about SLF and all the things that they like did together, and he's going to be like, wait, how do you know about that? Who are you?
Wait, you helped me beat Lycagon? What? Or Lycagon Shadow? Like
wait, hold on. You went to the abyss with me?
What? Don't count Pro Gamer. Yeah, well, Katsu is not part of Sunraku's harem. Okay, let's get over.
Katsu is not a romance; he's a bromance.
All right, but we're going to get that fighting tournament because they just brought it up last episode of the dub. So,
Man, you're still sick, dude.
Yeah, dude, I've been medding myself up, but it doesn't seem to be helping. So I may die. So if I was to die today, I just want you guys to know
preemptively for Biggles, okay?
I just want you to know I am rooting for Karine to be the number one girlfriend and not the number two girlfriend because I feel like Karine got there first and Hakari got there second. Okay.
But the tsundere debuff.
Damn tsunderes.
I'm really hoping that at some point we get to see the whole tsundere arc covered.
Oh, so there's a tsundere arc.
There is a full-on tsundere parody of in 100 Girlfriends. They make this whole scientific explanation for why Karine is such a tsundere. It's great. This is 100% why you should read the manga for 100 Girlfriends.
I will put it on my list. I'll do it right now while you're distracting the chat.
If you die on stream, it's Crimson's fault. Well, gee, thanks, Pilgrim.
I will not die as long as Crimson is here. I'll only die on Little Chad. So releasing the alternative, like the Gun Girl one, because I really don't like the regular SL whatever. 100 girlfriends that really, really love Crimson Law.
I wish.
All right.
Nope, I'm a lonely boy.
So,
I'm a lonely boy.
speaking of Crimson Law, we were unsuccessful at getting him chocolates on Valentine's Day.
Oh no, I got chocolates on Valentine's Day.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Did you buy them yourself?
No. They actually they came from my mother.
So are you going to take your mom out for White Day?
No.
Oh,
No.
well, at least your mom was nice enough to get you chocolates. What is Futaku No Guilt?
Immoral Guild. It's an ecchi series about monsters touching busty girls.
No, I have not seen that. Okay. I think GGO alternative is bad. Oh, so they're both bad. Okay, cool. At least the movies are good. Okay. Movies are fun. Incest is Wincest in 100 Girlfriends. Okay. Okay, so I'm dying. My name is Biggles, and we'll probably end this because I'm dying. But next week we'll have to come up with a theme and do like a theme one and talk about like maybe like a certain thing. Like who's the best tsundere in anime? And we'll just have to come up with like a bunch of tsunderes. And I picked Crimson as best tsundere on in anime. Look at that. Crimson has won. Crimson has won, even though I'm more of the tsundere character than Crimson. So we'll put me on there. We'll put me on the list. Guild anime shows. Or we could just do who's the best character in 100 Girlfriends. Who's the best? Who would you want as your girlfriend in 100 Girlfriends? And we'll have to finish the manga so we can pick more. I'm going to say your mom doesn't count, but jokes write themselves at this point. You should be watching Recreators because it's about anime characters traveling to the real world, but it doesn't have an English dub. Well, I can't read. Okay. We'll figure out a theme. Maybe we'll do some kind of theme for next week. But I'm dying, so I'm going to leave you with our Biggles breakdown and leave you guys. All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Crimson says it's just for the plot, but we all know it is probably not. Little chat with another slice of life. Biggles keeps talking about another villainess. And in the trope beneath the side of the irule. Watashi tachi wa sorera wasurete guseki shimasu. It's the Biggles breakdown, another anime night. Fighting all the shows and the plots. It's time for the Biggles breakdown.